Hello students, and welcome back to Apex Learning. And this video is going to be all about monitoring your student progress and seeing exactly how you're doing in a class, keeping up with your assignments, knowing when they're due, and all that other good stuff. So first, we're at your dashboard, which you should be familiar with by now, and you'll have your classes right here. And so the very first thing you're going to want to do if you want to check out how you're doing in a class is pick a class. So let's choose biology for this example, and then go to where it says grade to date and click on this percentage right here. When it loads, it'll show you all your assignments. So here's your assignment page, and this shows all your quizzes, all your tests, all your practices, anything that you might have needed to do for this class. It'll show the title of the assignment, when it was due, when you actually turned it in, the score that you received, and the status of the assignment, whether it was teacher entered, it wasn't complete, or it's in progress. Here's the percentage that you received, and then the total amount of points that you could have gotten possible. So this is going to be a very important page for you during your time here. So you're going to go ahead and print this out. And as you see here, every assignment does have a due date, but the most important due dates for you to pay attention to would be right here, your TST or test dates. You're going to want to highlight those dates every time you see them. So there, here, and so on. I say these dates are most important because all of these dates are technically considered tentative, which means even though they have a due date, if you don't turn it in by that specific date, you will not be fined for that. It will not hold against you as long as you turn it in before this TST date. For example, so this quiz was due on January 4th. Let's say you didn't do it by the 4th, you did it by the 5th or the 6th. That's perfectly fine as long as it's before January 13th, this TST date. So that's why you're going to want to go ahead and highlight every time you see a TST and make sure you have all of those assignments due and turned in by the TST date. So now you want to check your grade out. You want to see exactly how you're doing in the class. You're going to scroll all the way down. Here in this bottom corner, this is the total amount of points that you could receive from this class. Moving over here, this is the total points that you have received. So technically, in this case, you only have 17% done. If you would like to see how many points that you need to get in order to get that A, get that B, what you're going to do is go ahead and pull out your calculator right here. And you'll take the total amounts that you can receive in the class. So in this case, we've got 1685. And let's say you want to get an A. You want to know the minimum amount of points to get an A. You can go ahead and times that total by 0.9, as in 90%. And that's the total amount of points that you need in order to get that A. If you want to know how many points that you need more to get, because you already have 290 in this case, you go ahead and subtract that 290, and that's how many points you should be striving for. You can go ahead and do the same thing for a B. So I'll do an example again. So the total amount of points is 1685. We'll multiply that by 0.8, which is an 80%. And there we go. That's the amount of points that you would need to receive in total to go ahead and get that B. We'll subtract 290 to see how many points you got left. And that's the amount of points that you need left in order to get that B. And you can do that for a C as well, just to see where you're at and what you need in order to get the grade that you're striving for. So again, I urge you to go ahead and print this page out and highlight all those TST dates so you can get everything in on time. And there we go. That's your student progress in a nutshell.